What's up, everybody? I have two regrets about the middle of the video game generation as the ninth generation console is like in the middle of the ninth generation of video game systems are getting like more expensive. Like when Xbox Series X and PS5 first came out, it was like $500 for this version, $300 for the Series S, and $400 for the all digital version of the PS5. And then prices started going up later in the generation as PS5 was like $550, Xbox Series X was like $600, and then the price has went up again like earlier in the springtime that PS5 and Xbox Series X is now like $650 for the disc versions. The PS5 Pro is like $900 now, but it was like $750 when the price has went up. But before the prices went up, it was like $700. So buying a brand new PS5 could be as cheap as $600, or used ones could be as cheap as $550 for the original all digital version of the PlayStation 5. And it'll be cheaper if you get used GameStop Pro when you have a discounts on like used consoles. As normally video game system prices usually drops in the middle of the video game generation, but on this generation there are several reasons why game system prices has been going up. Is because not only is the RAM shortages, it is also have something to do with Donald Trump off, and then at the and then that can lead like poor gamers can't afford to buy a brand new video game systems unless they buy it used. Like rising console prices could lead gamers like out of the budget and they can't afford a video game system. And now, nearing at the end of the video game generation in the ninth generation consoles, like Sony is planning to abandon physical media for games as they will stop releasing like new games physically on PlayStation 5 or any other future PlayStation systems. And Microsoft is doing the same thing when Microsoft will drop disk drives for the next generation Xbox, as PlayStation 5 will be on its last legs in the reproduction on the same year when the next generation consoles like coming out. So that makes sense. And then for Sony, who's dropping physical media on games, that can make other gamers upset, and gamers got outrageous and disappointing about the future of PlayStation news. And let me and people are like, and that could lead more GameStop locations closing down because the games are like going all digital, and that can make people so angry. Like people wasn't as angry when video game generations transitioned from cartridge to discs, but now people are like more angry when they transition from disc to digital, and and when the digital shop closes down like a decade from now on next generation consoles, there's no way to buy more games on like outdated all digital system. See, but you can like re-download previously purchased games. Like Sony wants to like drop physical media at nearly the end of the video game generation, but it does make sense if some of the 2027 releases could be the last game for the PS4, Xbox One, or the regular Nintendo Switch. So for PlayStation and Xbox are dropping physical media for next generation consoles, leaving Nintendo the last remaining video game maker that still makes physical games, as Switch 2 games are using like small cartridges, and some of the third party Nintendo Switch 2 games have like a game key card that requires internet to install a game, but after that you can play offline. It is also like that on some physical games on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. So I think physical media is the heart of video games.